This is TKKNMSTR here, and I'm going to give my pick for the best game of 2013. So, my pick for the game of the year of 2013 would be The Last of Us from Naughty Dog, because on an emotional level, from start to finish, that game just took me on a journey, grabbed me by the throat, and did not let up until the very end. Not only that, but the characterizations of the main characters, Joel and Ellie, as well as the supporting cast of NPCs, was just so well done that you connected with them and you felt, you know, grounded in that reality when you're in that game and very immersed. And so, towards the end, I'm not going to say what happens, but, for me, I had never had this happen before when I felt one way towards the main character, but because of something that he did in the game, it basically made me do a 180 and completely hate him. However, my feelings for the game and what it was as a whole did not, were not soured by that one act that person did. It was just really, really interesting to see that happen when, you're going through this journey with this character and you think, you're on the same page, but you're not on the same page. And then something happens and it's like, what? And it's like, for you, you're not redeemable and you're not going to be able to come back from this. And, the way I feel about you will never change. And, it's really weird because I have on one hand I love this game but I hate this character now, but that's the way it is. And because like I said, you've been on this journey and we went through things and survived these things, and I thought this guy, he's totally, he's got good head on his shoulders, he'll do the right thing, and then stuff just doesn't go that way. But then it's cool because through the course of the game there are things revealed about Joel, but it's in very implicit ways and not just straight up in your face spoon feeding, oh, this happened blah 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 years ago, I did this thing and it was bad and blah blah blah. It's very on the sly, well, not really on the sly, but just very organic the way it's told, and you have to be paying attention, and it's nice to see the developers give their audience that respect, that they would be paying attention to catch things like that. So that's cool. But yeah, man, the setting, that was really cool. What they did was it's 20 years after the outbreak of some disease, and then you get to see Joel have been living in this for 20 years, and then even before that, and his connection with Ellie and how she's only been born into this after it's happened and not really having any connection with humanity or society before then, and then just her characterization and the way she is versus how Joel is, and how he's always, and they can make these connections on a level of, okay, well, in the past what was this, and how did this happen, or what was this thing here, when they're in the world in the exploration set parts. That was really cool. And then you also just have the amazing combat, which is just so intense. There's the cool stealthy approach you can take, but then when it doesn't work and it's all about getting through it and surviving, just it gets intense and stuff goes down and things happen, and it's like, wow, did I just do that? I did. Do I regret it? No, because the people that I'm doing this to totally deserved it. Because the things you find in the world that you read about them from their journals and whatnot, it's like, wow, these are very, very bad people, and they deserve what they got, every single cent of it. So that was very interesting, a very unflinching, brutality that you dish out to the enemy characters. It's very deserving to them. that was really interesting dynamic. And then there's also some really emotional parts where you'd stumble upon areas, even though a lot of the game is completely empty outside of the enemies you face, and you could see the remains of the people there before, and you get the sense of people used to be here, but now it's completely empty, and it's just a sense of loss of the people here. And if there's anything left over that you stumble upon as you're going through those areas, and you read it, or you're watching it, or you're looking at it, it's just wow, this is really sad that someone used to live here and now it's just a completely abandoned hollow of what it was, lifeless and everything. But yeah, that's my pick for game of the year. Just on an emotional level, it really touched me, and I really enjoyed every single second of this game. I can say, just from start to finish, and the feelings it made me feel when it did end for a certain character, and then like how I felt that way, but I was still able to respect the game for what it was and like enjoy the game and not have it sour my appreciation of the game because it was just so good, and like that emotional ride, that roller coaster was just so good, and like the highs and lows and the crazy combat sequences or stealth sequences and just crazy enemies and whatnot, so good. So yeah, also the music was great. The main theme, I love that song. But yeah, the voice acting, like from top to bottom, back to front, really good game, really good, really well done by Naughty Dog, and that's my pick for Game of the Year, The Last of Us, and my reasons why. So yeah, that's my pick for the best game of the year for 2013, The Last of Us by Naughty Dog.